At this point in the workshop, participants used the tools learnt during the workshop to address a stated problem and develop recommendations. The recommendations were tailored to the particular circumstances and requirements of a chosen country within the CARIFORUM region.
Good afternoon. We're from Group 4. We're going to be addressing the issue of policy proposal to support innovation in the tourism sector in St. Lucia. That's related to question number 5. Question 5 is, states, using the innovation systems framework applied to a country and service of your choice. Proposed policy to support the innovation in services. Please refer to special characteristics of a service sector that are advantageous in a Caribbean context. What are the policies, institutions, fiscal, legislative, infrastructural frameworks needed to induce innovation in services in a Caribbean context? Support your argument with statistical evidence. There are a number of issues confronting the value chain in the tourism sector in St. Lucia. However, for our purposes, after analyzing a number of problems and issues, we narrowed down to focus in 3 areas. One that deals with the sector governance and how government and actors interrelate to develop the sector, and issues related to marketing and infrastructure in terms of airlift. So there we are. 3 issues that we'll be focusing on, or that we are attempting to resolve through this policy. Weak governance, the high cost barrier related to travel, and weak IT capacity. The goal in terms of our proposed policy is to increase tourism's contribution to national development through the introduction of innovative and sustainable approaches to planning, development, and management of the tourism sector in St. Lucia. The objective is to increase competitiveness of the sector through 3 areas: effective governance in the sector, removal of high-cost barriers, travel, and increase investment in IT capacity. My scope is missing. Sorry. The scope, the policy is set out to address those top 3 priorities over a 3-year period. We have annual reviews, and that some of the focus would be in terms of building up absorptive capacity of players, stakeholders, actors, pursuing functionally integrated but geographically displaced operations, specifically in IT-based marketing, product development, urban spoke airlift, and logistics center, and linking marketing, promotion, and education to FDI inflows. In terms of priority 1, we identified 3 main activities. First has to do with creating a tourism development product. Tourism Product Development Agency to facilitate public-private sector collaboration and investment. Second one has to do with establishing an M&E framework to monitor economic and social performance, as well as to monitor and evaluate, as well as to track benchmarks in terms of the policy implementation, as well as EIA's environmental impact assessments. And the third one has to do with establishing a tourism working group as part of the National Competitiveness Commission that is established in St. Lucia. If those activities are successful, we anticipate that there will be improved inter-ministerial coordination to facilitate better planning, development and management of the sector. We have enhanced public-private sector collaboration and investments, and improve reporting systems. The impact would be improved quality of life, coordinated approach to tourism development, better alignment between tourism interventions or investments and development, and improve accountability. Priority 2, again, 3 activities. First one, joint marketing promotion program to encourage increased charter tours from source destination where they are fluctuating demand. There are seasons when there are gaps in the demand, and the idea is to see how we can encourage tour operators to break through the traffic during those periods. Second one has to do with establishing among OECS countries a hub and spoke arrangement to air transport, and particularly to sea. And this will be linked to the joint marketing that I mentioned. And this will be the proposed intervention would be to use the International Airport Institution to achieve this. The third one has to do with joint marketing, as I mentioned, between international hotels, hotel chains, and the tourist board. The third and the fourth, 2.4, that shall be 2.4, to utilize the reach of internationally branded hotel chains to increase marketing efforts and leveraging some of the FDI capabilities opportunities. If successful, we anticipate that there will be increased hotel occupancy, there will be increased load factors on the airlines that will be coming through, and the impact would be a lower cost of interregional travel, which is a problem. The third one, the last area, has to do with weak IT capacity. 3 actions were identified, 4 actions were identified, sorry. First one has to do with develop and implement an incentive package of tax credits and technical assistance to tourism actors for upgrade of IT infrastructure, software, and HR development. Second one, to utilize a cluster strategy to develop IT capabilities and to share the cost of acquisition, example in terms of a booking engine for many of the hotels and tour operators. Third one has to do with working with foreign direct investors to creatively finance IT technology. That is a prohibitive cost area, and that is one area where we can really gain some advantage. The fourth one has to do with aligning training priorities with high-value jobs resulting from any FDI investments in tourism. Often, a lot of investments are made, but the managers and the chefs and some of the other high-value jobs, we still import them. The idea is to see how we can link the priority to ensure that we have those capabilities nationally. An anticipated outcome: increased bandwidth among tourism actors, increased software, appropriate software use, increased IT capabilities of actors. The impact would be to reduce the cost of marketing, increase tourism promotion, and booking. And in a sense, this is linked to activity 2 significantly as well. In terms of what are some of the linkages, I just identified, elaborated on a few. First is to develop alliance with international tourism products, to encourage regional airlines to engage in strategic alliance with other international airlines, to encourage OECS governments to allocate a percentage of their tourism promotion budget towards the regional attempt at regional marketing, and to pursue the hub and spoke The fourth one has to do with encouraging higher education institutions to hire a wide range of appropriate IT training to tourism actors. Another one, to work with foreign direct investors in the tourism sector to provide IT internship to staff of small institutions, smaller operators. I'll move on. We listed quite a bit of actors, and they fall under the category of government, trade associations, the providers of various services, the airline businesses, etc., civil society, etc. We also included the OECS secretary, because that is critical if we're going to address regional air travel. We recognize as well that there will be some challenges, and we didn't want to just say that is easy, move on. Lack of insufficient funding, that's always an issue. A lack of the appropriate political will to approve and implement the strategy, the policy, especially where there's regional, interregional cooperation. Weak coordination among actors and stakeholders, including insufficient HR capacity to lead. We recognize that there's very weak leadership among the private sector, the business enterprises. An absence of continuous monitoring and evaluation is also something, as Dr. Nurse mentioned a bit earlier. If there's no data, you cannot evaluate, and you cannot adjust the policy framework. And even putting this together, we had some difficulty getting some of the appropriate data. The complexities involved and the different time scales would also be a problem, because various stakeholders have different agendas and different timelines in terms of how they would like to see things come through. And the final one has to do with the lack of ownership, and therefore possibility of weak implementation. We are attempting to do that through activity number 1. Thank you very much.